Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, Donald Trump is going in it to win it. He is getting so far support from people that he didn't get support from back in 16 and back in 2020. She first got support from Amber Rose, who was, as you know, a woke Democrat, very woke, pro-abortion, etc., etc. She would be the last person you would expect to endorse Trump, especially with the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Uh, Despite voting for Hillary Clinton in 2016 and Joe Biden in 2020, Amber Rose was challenged by her own Trump-supporting father, who out of pure boredom, I guess, Amber Rose is like pulled out her laptop and searched everything Trump, and to her surprise, she's been she learned that she's been lied to. I mean, there's absolutely no other way that she wasn't. And after days of considerations of endorsing Trump, Amber Rose came to the conclusion that Democrats are using women's rights and abortion just to gain profit and to get money. They buy the issue. They bought the issue. They're using it like a power up to get votes, and that's what led her to endorse Trump, despite along with the ongoing criticisms and the threats given to Miss Rose. This is only creating Amber Rose to be a much stronger and much a loyal Trump supporter, as she spoke at the RNC, and even has committed herself to stay on the Trump ticket, uh, despite Kamala Harris becoming potentially running to become the first female president. Something that I want Amber Rose would have always wanted to see, which does show how strong of a flip that she has performed. So that's a huge endorsement. Elon Musk immediately endorsed Trump after Trump's assassination attempt. Elon Musk, a former atheist and Biden supporter in 2024, has had a little, and what I would say, conversion, and has openly considered himself to be a convert to the Christian faith. Part of that was his child, I want to believe his daughter became involved in the LGBT individual, and could have been, I don't know, trans. I don't know what it is, but it's something going on with her daughter, and he is devastated by it. And he has learned that the left is the reason why her daughter is the way she is right now, and he is furious at the left for enslaving, and it's pure enslavement, enslaving her daughter, his daughter, and he has very well got himself involved in free speech. He bought Twitter, now known as X, and now um, being called out by the left for being too right wing, and really he's being too democratic, and that's it. He's being too democracy, and I use democratic for the word it should be used. So he goes on over there, and after the assassination attempt, he's like, I'm done. I'm going to endorse Trump. Something that he probably wouldn't have done in 2016 or 2020. This guy was a Democrat for sure. He was a scientific atheist. He is convinced that there was no such thing as God. Now he's learning that there is a God. Elon Musk's story is an amazing story. Going forward, we talk about like other individuals like RFK Jr., the former Democrat whose father, Bobby Kennedy, was assassinated in 1968 while running for president in the Democrat primaries, and his uncle JFK was also assassinated, and this lifelong Democrat that has represented the Democrat Party, his family has represented the Democrat Party, has raised eyebrows when he has had left the Democrat podium to enter the GOP room for the very first time and kind of see what it looked like. Because let's remember, the Kennedys, that not one Kennedy has, I don't think, endorsed a Republican before or voted for or even participated in some sort of GOP politics. So RFK Jr. is the first Kennedy to do that. He has made a huge decision that led huge impacts with his relationship with his family, but he knows this is the right thing to do. And finally, we got Tulsi Gabbard, another moderate Democrat who has ran in 2020 originally to oppose Donald Trump, but she learned that she made a new friend during those primaries, Kamala Harris. She learned that Kamala Harris is just as bad as Donald Trump, according to her opinion at the time. And with her tenure as district attorney and later as Attorney General of California, Tulsi Gabbard challenged and took down Kamala Harris in the Democrat Party debate. And in the end, she didn't win the primaries, but she did win votes. She got 0.2 or 0.12, while Kamala Harris didn't get anything. Womp womp. Just bad. And this is a conservative Democrat. I would say moderate Democrat. Ever since then, in 2022, she left the Democrat Party and endorsed Kari Lake for governor, as well as I think Kari Lake for sure was an endorsement, and she got very close in working with Glenn Youngkin with rallies, etc. And I want to believe, also attended the RNC. And just today, she came out in support and endorsement for Donald Trump. It's pretty much safe to say here, Tulsi Gabbard has left she's gone. She's gone, and I think it's silly that Fox News thinks that Tulsi Gabbard is sitting down on a chair and pondering who should she endorse. I think I thought I literally saw her at the RNC. I have eyes, I have ears. Okay? And I can doubt you. Kamala Harris is a foe of Gabbard. And I think it was really a decision, should I vote for Trump or should I just sit this one out? Because she already made it clear, right when the day after Kamala Harris declared her presidency, declared candidacy for the president, Tulsi Gabbard stated that and she stated the obvious: Kamala Harris presidency would be the end of America, and it is true. And today she is proving that to she's proving that out loud. We got two Democrats, RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. They left the Democrat Party and they joined the Republican Party. I'm curious to know how the mainstream liberal media is going to go ahead and attack Tulsi on this one. Because Tulsi, here's the thing. They go after Trump because Trump is attacking a woman of color, Kamala Harris. But when you turn the other direction, you see quite blatantly the liberal media attacking a person of color. Just literally, your eyes don't lie to you. And just because she made she made a personal decision. It used to be that, you know what? We trust your judgment. It's your judgment, and it's your choice to vote for whoever you want for president. But part of the backlash is politics in the end of the day. But yes, Tulsi Gabbard is a total rock star. I absolutely admire her. And honestly, if she was still a part of the Democrat Party, I would honestly not mind President Gabbard. I honestly would not mind, because Gabbard is not for cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? She is anti-woke. And the Democrats make that sound like a bad thing. Well, here's the thing. Democrats were anti-woke during the 90s. Democrats were anti-woke during the 80s. What difference does it make right now? Democrats weren't a bad party back then because they played by the rules. They weren't extreme. Now they're extreme. Now they're extreme. They weaponize the law and they collide with the media. It used to be the media was bipartisan. Now it's totally partisan. And because these media outlets come from major big cities, they're Democrat owned. So, as today's video is about, Donald Trump's in it to win it. He has got the endorsement of former Democrat Tulsi Gabbard. It's true, Kamala Harris has more endorsements by rhinos than said dino Democrats. And I'm going to tell you this, that's expected because the dino Democrats, DINO, Democrat in name only, very, very, very limited amount of dinos. Very limited. You consider Joe Manchin to be a dino. A lot of people say, oh, he's a conservative. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if Joe Manchin raised a lot of eyebrows the last couple of weeks for congratulating Tim Walz and calling him his friend. And that really got people worried that Joe Manchin would throw his endorsement to the Harris campaign like he did for 2020 for Biden. And I'm like, oh, and if you're going to do that, Mr. Manchin, then you're not a conservative. You may be a centrist, but you're not a conservative. Come on. I respected Manchin. I honestly respected him. But when he does stupid stuff like this, after going off on Biden on a tangent of different stuff, you go around and you endorse someone who's much worse. It's just, you cannot trust the dinos. And do I trust Tulsi all the way? No. I don't trust Tulsi all the way. But, you know what? I think I trust her more than most. I'm hoping I trust Kennedy. Do I trust Kennedy all the way? Not really, but I trust him more than most. But yes, these endorsements are important. There is also news in regards to the Harris-Trump debate that will, as you know, there's a sparring conflict of course over the mics, and I think it's just stupid. It's not Trump's fault. It's not Harris's fault. I think it's everyone's fault. It's a stupid waste of time. You guys, who cares how it goes? Now we know why Kamala Harris and the Harris campaign wanted to kind of bend the rules a little bit. They want to have the mics unmuted. Why? I think we all know why, guys. Kamala Harris and the Harris campaign is trying to use Donald Trump against Donald Trump. Kamala Harris wants to use Donald Trump's personality against him. Now, Donald Trump has a tendency of interrupting, and he's been trying extremely hard. And honestly, I think if the mics are unmuted, I think he can get control of himself. He's a very strong man. I think he's 100% capable of waiting his turn. I know it's hard, especially when you have someone attacking you and you have the media colliding with one of the candidates. Yeah, it's going to be super hard. But let's remember, well, it originally was supposed to be in favor for Joe Biden. Apparently, Donald Trump was like, okay, I prefer the mics to be muted. That saves me from, But then again, I think Donald Trump is 100% capable of controlling himself, like everyone else. Control yourself. You want to win this? Then shut up. Shut up and listen. This is no criticism to Trump. This is just, you know what? Let's stop the argument and just grow up. And we know what all uh these news outlets are trying to do. They want the mics to be open. They want the mics to be unmuted. I personally want the mics unmuted because first off, why should we have the mics on? It doesn't make sense. I think it's like we know what the Harris administration's trying to do. Like, you can't grift this and expect people not to know you're grifting. Like, seriously. Harris, how does this benefit you? How? How does it benefit you that the mics are on? It doesn't make a difference. Kamala, when it's your turn, the mic goes on and you get to speak. And for some reason, and we know the reason, guys, because she wants Donald Trump to step in her bar trap. She wants Donald Trump to step in the mess he made. That's what she wants. Donald Trump knows this. He's saying no. He could be saying, you know what? It could be because he knows that, you know what? I'm not ready for a unmuted mic debate. But guess what? I think there should be no such thing as an unmuted mic debate. I think the mic turns on, that means it's your turn. The mic turns off, it means it's not your turn to speak. Seriously, words have become so dense that words itself cannot basically cannot be enough to basically tell someone to stop talking. Might as well just turn off the mic. So, what's the expectation? Well, I don't think Donald Trump should walk away from the ABC debate over this silly mic thing. No. I think in the end of the day, Donald Trump and the Trump campaign needs to accept, hey, guess what? This thing is rigged. It is rigged. This whole thing is a liberal media Kamala Harris campaign collusion in order to help Kamala Harris out. It's really going to determine Donald Trump's strength. It really is. So hoping the mics are unmuted. Are muted, muted because I see no reason why they should be unmuted. Why? Honestly, I think it's a disgrace to our nation and to the viewers in America to have the mics all unmuted, because Americans have the right to know who who they want to choose without each candidate interrupting each other. Imagine Kamala Harris literally going off on Trump, and we know she probably won't. She probably won't, because she didn't do that in the vice presidential debate. I think she handled herself pretty well in the vice presidential debate. That's why I think we shouldn't underestimate her. And unlike the Joe Biden debates in June, this debate you have Kamala Harris. She has a base. She has a group of people cheerleading for her. She has the feminist mob and all the woke mob literally cheering her name. Okay? You got Donald Trump. He has a base. The Trump people have cheered his name. And part of the reason why it was so easy to declare that Trump was the winner was no one thought it was worth stating something that was condemning something that was clearly obvious. Trump won the debate because we're not enthusiastic with Biden. So it's pretty easy just to say Biden lost in the debate because who cares? It's Joe Biden. But when you got someone you like, Kamala Harris, and I know an average American may not like her, but we'll find out. We are about to find out. Kamala Harris is about to open her mouth, and she's going to open her mouth super wide. And Americans are going to take a good look at what this woman has inside her mouth. And it's either that we're going to think it's good, which I hope we don't, because I think if we think it's good, then we are absolutely insane as a country. It's either if we think it's okay, and we think it's absolutely pathetic and horrible. Honestly, Donald Trump, recommendations for him, don't walk away from the debate stage over this. This is stupid. Come on. I get that this is a, I would say, a heated said debate. It's going to be, Donald Trump's going to try much harder now, and people just generally say he doesn't need to try hard because it's Kamala Harris. Well, you guys, we cannot enter this thinking that she's weak on paper. um she may be weak electorally, but we just can't underestimate her. And if we catch her being weak, take that advantage and whack her down and keep her down, and we win the debate. So Donald Trump's in it to win it. And we are still in this Kamala honeymoon. North Carolina is tied, but still clinging on for Trump barely. Nevada clinging on to Trump barely. It's just, you know what? It is what it is. The polls, this is how, as you know, it's always been since 1980. I cannot stop reminding people. The Democrats are getting excited over nothing. And if Republicans had this, I honestly would say be excited, because it would be the first time since 1980 that we've actually had a lead in the polls, and that shows us good news in 2024 in the general. But seeing that this has happened to Democrats in over 10 election cycles, and you got a mixture of general election results, Democrats are getting overconfident, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Think you're going to win? You think you're going to win? I'll let you think that, because I want you to be overconfident going into this, because that gives us the advantage. So what do you guys think about our said analysis with the Trump-Harris debate? I'm hoping we get this resolved. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next political episode.